not watering down unless you're talking about history.
He's saying
we're talking about history.
Yes. It's watering down because they're doing it. They're trying to do it in the schools. They don't want everything.
The premise of that video was history.
Do you know we didn't learn everything that happened in school?
No, we didn't.
No, nowhere near close to what happened.
To America, like the whole thing about everybody's position is a lie.
Yeah. So with that being said, what he's trying to imply is that I don't think that's an effective method to make people grasp it if you don't see the full picture of what we're dealing with.
I felt like he was talking about the way we communicate, and because I don't have that trauma, because trauma makes you respond a different way. I don't have the trauma. My communication is different from a person that has trauma. That's what I thought he was talking about. Like, man, I don't have trauma, because trauma doesn't change the fact that it happened. You see what I'm saying? So he's talking about trauma. He's talking about trauma just like I stepped on your foot, but you came up to me and you was a little upset. The information doesn't change. So I feel like he's not talking about the information changing.
But the trauma makes all the information come up, is what he's saying.
No, the trauma says
he's not saying how you say it.
Of how it's communicated. If it's communicated a certain way to a certain people group who feel like it's their fault, we feel like it's your fault, or you feel like it's your fault. Either way. Or you might not feel like it's your fault, but I feel like it is. The way it's communicated all right, because for one, how do we fix it? Really should be the question for right now. Like, because a lot of times we keep blaming, but okay, man, how do I make this better? Bruh, I stepped on your foot. All right, you told me that. All right, then I see you 5 minutes later. That's the dude that stepped on my foot. See you couple. All right, man. Yeah, I see you a couple next day. Yeah, that's him that stepped on my foot. Okay, we keep saying you stepped on my foot. Okay, what do we do? How can I fix it? Where do we go from here? All right, and most people move away from somebody who's consistently offending them, even if it's their fault. Man, if you can look at. I hate to use this example, but a man that cheated on his wife, sometimes they don't go back because they can't deal with having to go through the process of her healing. Because she gonna keep bringing it up. She gonna keep bringing it up to him, or he keep bringing it up to her if she cheated, and it ain't gonna never heal because he can't deal with the trauma of trying to get past that. So once everybody's healed, level heads, okay, I know I hurt you. I know I did wrong. What do I do, and how can I fix the situation? And I think that I wish I knew their names. I know the football player was on the bottom, the other guy was on the top. Yeah. But I know that when you're starting to have a discussion of how do we move forward, that's a level-headed discussion as opposed to...
And I think the content needs to be a full content conversation.
Right.
That's what he's saying.
I don't think this is a content thing.
You're saying it.
Right.
Yeah, it's how
you saying it is very important.
But I don't think he's addressing that. Because I think he's going along with, again, what's... like.
It's Van.
I was told
so y'all know
it's
Van Lathan and Rachel Lindsay.
Yeah. I was thinking...
At the top.
Van Lathan.
Who's at the bottom?
That's Emmanuel Acho. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think what we was told about Christopher Columbus was the whole. First of all, the whole story and the true story.
Right.
The true story is if you ask the natives who that guy is, they won't say nothing about a patriot.
Right.
They say he's a terrorist.
He's a killer. Right.
Yeah. So we had a story told by an oppressor.
Right.
And they told their side of the story and scratched out a lot of stuff.
So you're saying that he is perpetuating that same story?
No, what I'm saying is if there's going to be a conversation, then it don't need to be the watered down version of it. We need to tell the whole story and so that you can get a full scope and broad, a full articulated scope of what the history is, so you can understand. Like, once I knew more about history, I understood the fight more.
Right.
This is what Kyrie is dealing with right now.
Right. Well,
get the truth on
trying to put the truth on blast, and whether people agree with him or not.
That's what he's dealing with now.
So
researching history,
the full truth. So
yeah. So I'm saying if you
check it out.
By knowing more, the more history you know, the more knowledge you have, the more understanding you get, it causes you, number one, to move different.
Quick question. Do you feel like there are white people that know real American history.
Some, yeah.
I do.
Not all.
All right.
Not all.
Because if they and it probably through generations the lie was told to their kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We got the same textbooks.
We all learned the same story.
So, all right, the responsibility to communicate the truth to us is primary.
Right.
I believe that we need to know before, I know that other people need to know, but we need to know who we are and what happened to us. I watched The Woman King. It was a real good movie, but one of the things in that movie is they showed the slave trade, and they showed how each tribe captured one another and sold each other into slavery. All right, I learned this in 2007 when I went to Africa, and I was in the castles, the castles that they captured and did the slave trade. It was a eerie hallway, and the thing said "point of no return" at the top. It was just so chilling to be in those castles. And the African guy that was giving us the tour said, when Africans captured Africans, they sold them to the white man.
Yeah.
And I said, what? I said, what? I said, what? Yeah, I said, can you repeat what you just said? Because up to this point, there's a vision or picture in my head of white people getting off the boat, going through Africa, grabbing black people from their families, and when I started to realize the truth about, because when you realize the truth, and then when you realize that the base of that truth is with you and your people, then we can solve the problem. So it's like, all right, because as long as we blame, then the person that you blame has the power to solve the problem. Yep. You got to say, man, it's my problem. I got it. Don't worry about it. My wife, she hate when I say that. Y'all ain't gonna do it. Don't worry about it. I got it. Which means I've taken the situation in my hand and I got it. I got total control of it. Now you can't say nothing to me about what happens with it when I do it. So I gave it to you. You didn't do it. Okay. So therefore I got it. Don't worry about it. I got it. So in that situation, when I learned, bro, we sold us into slavery.
And I didn't know that until you came home and told me.
And I was like,
that means I never learned that in school either. And how many other people never learned that?
So what I'm thinking is we're an inferior people, that these people came in with their guns and came, and so the lie is the inferior part of it. When I was like, nah, bro, you did that to yourself, or we did that to each other. Then it gave me well, if we did it to ourselves, then we ain't so inferior.
Right.
No.
And it just gave me this. That's why
they don't teach you that.
It just gave me this. Wait a minute. Then it gave me this. Not that I want war with anybody, but it gave me this. Oh, you ain't so bad. Type of feeling. And
I feel like this.
But the truth has to be right.
The more knowledge you have,
and that we ain't so bad. Like it just gave me a different mindset to who we are. But I had to go over there to learn that. Yeah. And so
about American history.
And when that truth is told, and I know that's why they put that in that movie, to let y'all know, hey, bro, this is how it really went down. Yeah. Like we captured each other. We sold each other into slavery. Like they were making a deal with a black man in that movie. I don't want to tell the movie for those who ain't seen it.
But everybody kind of knows the history of the transactions.
They don't
of that.
I know I didn't, and I didn't, and I was good and grown. Went through school. I didn't learn it at Morehouse. I did not learn it. Now they probably taught it and I was asleep. but
that's probably how that went down.
I did my own history. You're not gonna get in the class. You got to do your own history.
So I knew about how many people are like that.
Yeah, the homie and all those tribes. I knew that by years ago, because me really studying the word is what takes me back. I got into history through the word because I wanted to study ancient times, history, culture, how they move, why they move like this or whatnot. And so I followed it all the way up to, how we got here. Mm-hmm. But the more I learned, the more I was alerted, the more I was aware, and more apt to share with other people, hey, this is the truth. This is not, this didn't happen this way. We celebrating like Columbus, and then Columbus didn't even get to America. Like the whole thing. Like I'm like, okay, this whole story ain't even true. And then the lies has been, covered up. It's like y'all made up a story.
And you know what the person with the truth looks like when everybody has the lie? You look crazy. But it's the truth. And when you tell the truth amongst the people who everybody believes the lie, so that's why
the thing is they're never going to know the truth if you don't put it out there. I mean, like, you're just going to keep it down, or
right. And that's what I feel like my man was saying, as far as he understand the understanding of white people saying that racism doesn't exist, because that's what they were told. And then I understand why black people say that all white people are racist, because of the inferiority of what you believe.
Yeah.
And if you start to believe that, thus goes back to his first statement, we didn't experience that trauma, so I can give you a level-headed understanding instead of a traumatic one.
But he's stepping in the situation down the road. That's what I'm saying. There's a disconnect.
But he's still talking to his people that's his age. We got to go. But and so man, y'all like and share, and y'all make sure that y'all comment on this. This is a really, really good topic.
Yeah. But at the same time, he's coming into something that's already ongoing versus somebody who's came up in it, family, generations entrenched in it, okay? So everything came together basically the story is not fully told by you, is what he's trying to say.
But they don't, he don't, a lot of people don't know the story. Now he might have to learn the story, but a lot of people don't know the full extent. You can't say that. You gotta learn the story. When it is right, that might be what he's saying. You gotta learn the story. He might be saying you gotta learn the story, because you can't tell me I'm watering down something if I'm telling you all that I know.
Right.
Everything that I know, you can't tell me that I'm watering. You might just know a little bit more than me. Then it might be watered down to you. It might sound watered down because you know a little bit more. But what I learned is I'm giving them what I got.
Please like, share, subscribe. We'll see you guys 9 o'clock tomorrow. Yeah.
9 a.m.
9 a.m.